Hi there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope everybody's doing well. City Skylines, I think this is episode 9 already. I do have a complaint, but it's got nothing to do with this game. I hope that's okay, complaining right off the bat, but I'm upset. Today, Microsoft Edge decided to install itself on my computer, and I lost a ton of memory as a result. And there's no way to uninstall it. I even went online and looked up, tutorials how to do this. And one was from a year ago, but I tried it anyway and it didn't work. So I'm not happy. I cannot believe they did that. There's a ship. They use the magic wand for my ships, but I just thought I'd start here. Anyway, I guess I'm going to have to wait a while until a new way of getting rid of it comes up, but in the meantime I'm very, very upset about that. I think that is the rudest, most invasive. I'm not happy. Anyway, so we see our ships, they do come in. So let's go on a little tour here. I'm not gonna get you guys wet today, I promise. Things are looking up, believe it or not. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did, but look at this. I mean, yeah, but it's moving. And this isn't jammed up anymore, especially along here. My goodness, this was a nightmare. And even inside the city, it just kind of all worked itself out. These are parked cars, so just ignore them, these things here. But I don't know what happened. Well, we got a little mess up here, but that's because of all the buses. I had to add extra buses because, again, I have my metro and buses up and running for everybody, including my industry area. And there are over 1,000 people waiting at some of these stops. So I do have a lot of buses running. And my metro, I ended up reworking it, and I don't know that I did a good job. So I added this. This is a new neighborhood here. Boy, did it take forever to come in, because I saved and exited this game twice today, and I cannot get my green bar to go up. It's just mid-level blue and very high orange. So I went into my industry area and I added more of the worker buildings. I don't know what they're factories. So I kind of duplicated a few, and I moved my fish market here so he's not in the messes too much. I did that here as well. Dummy me. All this time I thought this thing was part of oil, and this is just a garbage. So I put the naphtha factory in, kind of dug into the dirt. But I'm having a lot of problems with this. I will show you in a minute when I come on a cinematic view. I included yellow industry as well. And this, my goodness, it took me well over an hour to try and figure out how to work around this, because these guys weren't even getting the things they needed. Traffic was so backed up here. But I even got that to start flowing well. It looks bad. But all I did was put a light in. And I wouldn't let anybody cross the street because the metro is right here. So I gave them ways to get around. And it's still pretty bad, but the light worked. So I think I have one here as well. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Just right here was really bad. So you see, it does back up. But without that light, it was all the way in through here. This was coming off the highway and it was all backed up, coming in here and going out there. It was horrible. So it might look bad to you guys, but it looks much better to me. And so all my garbage now is over here. Garbage and sewage and power. I added a few. This is a lemonade factory and I cannot remember. I put those in my farming. And I added a couple more crops because this needs... Actually, I think it's a food factory of some kind, and everybody needed flour, so I added a few more of these. Storage. I did not do anything to forestry because they've got these 3 factories here. They always have. And they're still at 5 stars, but so my ore is still at 4. I'm not going to worry about it too much. We are digging up a tremendous amount of ore. We just aren't utilizing it that much. So hopefully with those new factories in there, things will work out a little bit better. Now, traffic in here is still okay. Wow, it's practically nil. But I think since I added the buses, there are 2 metros. I believe there's one here and there's one down here. Yeah. And I have buses running through, but this metro up here is a separate line. I will show you that in a minute. The expressway has cleared up a little bit. Now I'm going to tell you that I think what happened was when I reattached this, remember I took it out because I couldn't take it anymore. They were clogging this up really bad. And now it's just, they're just decent. And the reason they're clogged up here is because of this. I don't think there's a light there. Did I put a light? Nope, they're just stopping. All right, I'll have to check on that, telling them what they can and can't do. So I think it looks nice. I think it looks manageable. I'm just really, see, it gets like this, but it clears itself up, and I'm very happy about that. I know this is because there are so many buses stopping here. I don't know what else to do about it. So many people are using it. This neighborhood refuses to grow up, and I'm getting a little worried about it. I gave them so much. They're not in the neon green like this color, but they are a very bright green, and I don't quite know what else to do for them. So I don't know, but this neighborhood, as I said, it finally popped in. I was just goofing around here and working with this stuff. The trees and the ferns I had to do on my own. But this stuff here, I can use my tree tool, the brush or whatever it's called. And I did this for quiet, but I do believe these are offices, so it doesn't really matter anyway. But I did some of that, and I keep forgetting to show you that I'm using the fencing and things like that as well. It's just not that exciting to me, so. But I'm trying to keep them from getting too upset by the noise as I can. But I'm just thrilled to tell you that my traffic somehow worked itself out. Now I'm gonna, oh, you know what? Did I tell you I made a new neighborhood? It started out looking like a teapot, and now it looks like an old lady's hat to me. But I don't really mind, and I know this looks funny. I don't really care. So the only thing I could put in at the start was dark blue and light blue and offices. And then I thought, you know what? I don't care. I'm just going to fill all this in. So this is the dark greens, and in here is the light greens. And yes, I put Grandpa and Grandma by the graveyard, but they're not going to see it because I'm going to decorate, okay? And I gave them a very pretty park. So that was the best place for me to put it. They have their own fire department, elementary school and high school, and I believe this is the police. And I thought this was odd to do, maybe, I don't know. This is a British high school, although those flags look German to me. Maybe it's the European high school, I don't remember. I thought it said a UK high school. But those are German flags, right? Black, red, and yellow? I don't know. And I gave them their playground like I always do. But isn't it cute? This whole houses 2,000 students, and it's very charming. It even has a clock tower. And then I put in a modern high school right next to it. This is just called High School 2022. And I always do this. I always give them a basketball court and a tennis court. Do you know that there is a asset on the workshop that gives you a high school gym? I downloaded a soccer, I think they call them pitches in Europe. I don't know anything about sports, so whatever. I'm always on the wrong side of the sun. So my green towers are slowly coming in, but you'll notice the houses aren't. Okay, so that was the latest. Now let me get out of camera view and we'll look at our traffic first. It's probably going to embarrass me and be down to 63% or something. 78. See? But doesn't it look exactly the same? Nothing's really changed. So I think that's kind of weird. But oh well, I'm happy. What I'm not happy about, this is going to be embarrassing. Ay, 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 ay. I'll do this first so it will show me. All right, here's how I reworked my tracks. I have one separate going around here, but it does come through this neighborhood, okay? So you can connect here. This is all my industry metro, and then I have a separate metro here for these guys. However, there was another metro here, and I'm like, well, how am I gonna... So what I did was, I started it at this one, and I came around, I gave it this so that they could stop here. But then I brought it over to this one, and that's all it does. It goes from this terminal to this underground to this terminal. So if you want to get to work quick, if you want to get into this neighborhood, if these guys want to get over here or get to work, I figured that would be the best way to connect them both, but I'm probably wrong. I am probably wrong. And then my bus routes, I don't know if you... Oopsie. I don't know if you'll be able to see them all that well. These are fibbing to me because according to this guy, see, there's 800 waiting at my... Oh, that's the metro. Oh, yeah, the metro's mad at me. How many? Oopsie. Doggone it. Let me real quick here. I'm sorry. The bypass. That's what I called it anyway. Will you... Oh, you're over here? How am I supposed to... Oh my gosh, how am I... I don't like this. There we go. Oh, there's only 5. Well, let's put it up to 10 and hope we don't have any more of those. Well, it's gonna happen, you know? It's gonna happen and I'm not gonna worry about it too much. So, that... Oh, well, actually, it's not everything. No. You know what else I think is odd? I don't quite know how to show it to you. But my universities... They're acting really weird. It says there's only 1,100 out of 4,500 students. And then over here at my new university, it says 1,137 out of 4,500, right? But if you look here, what was it? This one? Unemployment, 14%. When it says mostly families, mostly seniors, and mostly adults, does that mean that are unemployed? Or that's what I have in... Oh, it looks like that's what I have in my world. Well, that's fine. I don't care. I have at least 3 of those elder care and child daycare things. But this has been like this even after I added all those factories. So I'm a little confused by it. A little confused. See? I'm afraid that this might be a game glitch. And they're just... Something's wrong, because you would think with the amount of work that I added to this game, this city, that they would have a higher demand for green, and this bar is just not moving. Maybe I'm overreacting like I always do. I don't know. Now there is no power over here, but this is just Grandma and Grandpa's place and some parks. I'm not going to worry about it too much. I do not want to force the situation here. But I did add them along here so that it would pick up the power in this corner. And they're just not... No one's interested. Oh, no, I forgot to... Okay, well, I'll take care of that. I forgot to tell the... Oh, you have no power. It's not going to work anyway. Well, okay, only this district. Sorry. I shouldn't be doing this. All right, Oh, yeah, okay. I'll save the worst for last. I have a new mod, and it has given me, like, I can do sand and ditches, whatever that is, but it also gave me water, and I can't quite remember what it's called, but it's got all these different brushes now and something like that. I don't remember. Anyway, it's very finicky, and I don't quite know how to work with it. But I have flooded this land out so many times. Okay, so we're in the water anyway. I ended up making a little waterfall here. I can't get rid of these ugly, bumpy peaks. No matter what I do, a small brush, teeny tiny size, very gentle. Come on, let me go. It's just so... I don't know. It's unwieldy. Look at this. It looks ridiculous. It looks like dragon teeth. But I gouged this. Oh my gosh. I gouged this out so many times. And I flooded this area twice. I flooded this highway, overpass, bridge, whatever. This water was almost down to about here. You know, say the wall was here. And I'm like, what is going on? I just can't work with it, as you can plainly tell. If you ask it to level it off, like say right click here and then you left click, all of this, you just gently going around and all of this starts jumping up like this and it looks ugly. I can't stand it. But I widened this as best I could. I put it back as best I could. But I just said, that's it. I'm done. We're going to leave this here. I'm not going to worry about it. I kind of fixed this to the best of my ability. So maybe I can work in this area. But I'm not touching this. This is here to stay. We're going to pretend it doesn't exist. Maybe I can fill it in with a bunch of trees. And we will work our way down maybe toward the beach here. And hopefully this will fill in. But I'm only going... You see this little thing here? It drops off so bad here. But I think I showed you that in a much earlier video when I had my farming over here. It starts up here and it goes way down. And it's tough. So anyway, I was trying to smooth this out as best I could to get the houses in here. And look at this. And here's the weird thing. Before you put the road down, this is what upsets me about the terrain. This was perfectly flat. Perfectly flat. I even had this road in here, and yeah, it was kind of, you know, starting to go down, but not that much. And the minute I curved this road around and put it in, I got this. And I didn't even see it. So I used that, the move it. I tried to lift it up as best I could. This sunk into the ground the minute I placed it. This is that child daycare. And the best I could do was use the smoothing tool. It's a mess. It's a mess. So I am probably not going to go out much further than this because I just don't want to deal with this. It's so nasty. I keep trying. Like I said, I'm like, level it. So I right click here and then I start filling this in and it just goes nuts. So I'm messing with the strength and all that other stuff, but at least, you know, my water kind of went up. The bank doesn't look as bad. Well, maybe it does. I don't know. Oh, got something going on here. All right, I don't want to waste your time on that. After yesterday's video, I hope I sound a lot calmer. I hope I sound a little bit better. I'm still liking my idea of turning this into a little just walk around through here and sit in a gazebo. I'll put that cute little fishing thing that doesn't do anything here. Pier or something. There's this. Maybe I could do something with that. I don't know. I do have ferries, but look at where the line is. I mean, why would you want to take a ferry just to go here, you know? And then this area here that I was talking about. I kind of sort of like the idea of putting a people train in. And then maybe getting a road around the perimeter here for them. And then plunking down a lot of my unique buildings and monuments or whatever and just making this a really kooky tourist type place. I know I said I wanted to preserve it. But I think I can move these guys somewhere else where they'd be happier. I hope they don't mind leaving their original spot. Well, actually, you know what? This is a duplicate, and these guys I have found all over the place and just plunked them down, but this guy was here. I hope he doesn't mind if I move him. I could leave him there as kind of like a tourist attraction, but I really don't want to go out any further with this. I'd rather leave this as natural as I can keep it and then come over this way toward the other end of the expressway and start working on here. Oh my goodness, the lightning just keeps touching the ground. You know, every time I come into this game, it is pouring down rain. And then I wait until it calms down and I start working and then I take a break and it's pouring down rain again. It's a very rainy island. So what do you think? Does it look better? Do I sound better? Am I a little bit more mature and rational today than I was yesterday? I sure hope so. And I apologize if anybody took offense. I didn't mean to sound offensive. I was just really ready to pull my hair out yesterday. I was not happy. And then things snapped into place like they usually do, but not all the time. But they did, so I'm very happy with that. I have not been able to look at my email or check anybody's comments. If you've left any, thank you. You're very helpful people, and I really appreciate that. And I'm absolutely tickled that you guys are enjoying this series. I hope I'm making it at least interesting to watch, as I know I'm not the funnest person in the world. I am, despite my little fits and starts, having fun doing this. And I always feel good when things that I didn't think I could ever figure out, I'm starting to get the hang of, so that feels good. And of course, your advice is part of the reason I'm getting better at this game, so that makes me feel even better. But thank you so much for sticking with me to the end, helping me out. Like the video if you did. Subscribe if you're interested. Take very good care of yourselves. Sorry, I can't resist. Oopsie. Take very good care of yourselves. Have an absolutely fabulous day. And I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.